Just if you know something, maybe you don't think it's important, but maybe they will. Just give them a call and help us get Jessie back.
A desperate plea from a mother to bring her daughter home after police say Jessica Heeringa was abducted while working at a gas station.
You need to leave my property, please. Everything I've done, I've cooperated with the police. Have a nice day.
And we asked the owner of that gas station why there weren't any surveillance cameras on site. Tonight we have team coverage for you. 24-hour News 8's Heather Walker is live outside the Norton Shores Police Department. And earlier today, Leon Hendricks asked the owner of that ExxonMobil why there's no surveillance video to find out what happened. Let's begin with Heather for a live look at where that investigation stands right now.
Hey Larry, Jessica Heeringa's photo has been posted on TV, online, around the community and the country after the story went national. Now the tips are coming in from all over.
New Jersey, the state of Arkansas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Just hoping she's okay and that she'll come home and be with me and my son. I just want her home.
I feel like it's somebody who has been in there, who knew that these girls are by themselves. It happened right before closing, maybe when they didn't think it was going to be busy. I don't know. I don't know if you've heard about the kidnapping at the Exxon station.
For the last 2 days, family and friends have been passing out and posting flyers with her picture on it.
Give me a couple of my phone by each door.
Jessica was last seen around 10:50. Police say that's the time of her last transaction.
We have spoken with the person that made the purchase there and cleared them of any wrongdoing, and unfortunately they did not see anything that would lead them to believe that there was something going on in the store that was, leading to that abduction.
At 11:15, customers came into the store and found the place empty. Norton Shores Police Chief Daniel Shaw says in those 25 minutes,
something very bad happened.
Police say Jessica's car and purse were left behind. A cash drawer was out with nothing missing. Police have questioned and cleared 4 persons of interest. They say the owner and manager at Exxon are not persons of interest. Live in Norton Shores, Heather Walker, 24-hour News 8.
Good evening, I'm Leon Hendricks in the newsroom. One of the big questions in this case, where is the surveillance video? Police say there was none, even though 2 years ago they asked that very same owner about installing such cameras. We went to him to ask him questions about that, but his focus, at least while we were there, was on getting us off of his property.
Turn that off, please.
Are you the?
Can I turn that off, please? I need you to leave my property.
It wasn't what we expected from the owner of the gas station, now missing a 25-year-old employee, a mother to a small child who police suspect was taken from her post at the ExxonMobil gas station on Sternberg Road. A day after Jessica Heeringa went missing, we saw workers working on surveillance cameras at the gas station. They told us they were fixing the cameras at the time. But today, police confirmed that there were no surveillance cameras there in the first place.
There are no security cameras that I'm aware of at the gas station.
And it's not the first time police had contact with the owner on the issue of cameras. The last time it was after this violent crash that ended near the gas station and sent smoke pouring over it. At that time, police asked the owner about installing cameras that could help with investigations in the future. That never happened. The lack of security measures was even more frustrating when Heeringa's mother said that she got this information from the gas station owner when she talked with him about her missing daughter.
Said that he likes to hire the young pretty girls because it brings in more customers. I just wish he would have had security cameras or some kind of security in place, if not cameras, something.
And the reason as to why, Mom says?
He only had like $3,000 worth of drive-offs on gas, so he didn't think it was worth putting in a $5,000 security system.
It's one of many questions in a case with few answers.
That's a business decision, and that's not mine.
Turn that off on my property or I'm going to sue you.
She's not going to turn it off.
We keep my property, please.
Do you have a concern for your missing employee?
I do.
Okay. Police have asked you repeatedly to put up surveillance cameras. That would have helped here. Why has that not happened?
That has never happened. You need to leave my property, please. Everything I've done, I've cooperated with the police. Have a nice day.
Of course, that mother tonight not alone in wishing that surveillance evidence was there, but she pointed out that the relationship between Jessica and her boss was good. In fact, recently, she says, he had bought a bike for her young son. In the newsroom tonight, Leon Hendricks, 24-hour News 8.
Now, here's how things played out on Friday. Jessica went into work her shift on Friday afternoon. The last receipt was printed from that cash register at the mobile gas station at 10:50. At 11:15, a customer went into the store, could not find a clerk, and then called 911. Jessica's shift was scheduled to end at 11:30, and then today, Norton Shores Police declared Jessica's case an abduction. We, of course, are going to stay on top of this story for you throughout the night.
New tonight, 24-hour News 8's Ken Kolker. He spent time with Jessica's fiancé and their 3-year-old son. With a search and a massive investigation happening just miles away, we got to see dad and son playing together today in a park, trying to keep everything as normal as possible.
You want to go high?
Yeah.
We always go to the park. He loves playing at the water, playing in nature. We go for hikes and just, just be outside. He loves being outside. Jess loves being outside.
Today it was a visit to Wolf Lake Park for 3 generations. Dad and son and grandpa, anything to get away. Their son is 3. His name is Zevin with a Z, named after a reality TV character.
It's Hebrew for wolf, which kind of fits his spunky personality. So, like I said, he's out. He loves howling at the moon.
Dad is keeping him far from the cameras and far from the Exxon station where his mom was last seen. At his dad's request, we kept our camera far from Zevin, and he did not see us.
I don't let him see none of the posters or news I've got it plastered all over my truck, but I parked where he can't even see that.
So far, Devin doesn't know that anything is wrong, that there's a reason his mom has been gone for 6 days now. But he's been asking, where's Mom?
I always tell him she's at work.
Mom worked long hours at the Exxon, and Dad usually stayed home with Zevin.
She'll be home later. Tomorrow? Yeah, she'll be home tomorrow, buddy.
A few days ago, after the disappearance, Dad and son were driving by the gas station. Usually they would stop there to visit Mom.
You always pull the crate over and try to help Mom at the cash register. Yeah. We drove by there, I don't know, a day or 2 after it happened, and he wanted to stop in and see Mom. I said, no, Mom's real busy.
He knows that the questions will keep coming, and that one of these days, he'll have to answer.
That's something he can know about later, down the road if need be. But if he doesn't need to know, he doesn't need to know.
Ken Kolker, 24-hour News 8.
And as difficult as this has been for the family, they are insisting, they're pushing for the police to do an extensive search, to leave no stone unturned in this investigation. And tonight we're uncovering a particular group that investigators are looking at, and that group says, hey, they knew the police would be coming. Who are we talking about, Marley?
That's right, Brian. They've been speaking with registered sex offenders. In fact, I checked back in with the police chief. He says his detectives have been working with the Michigan Intelligence Operations Centers. They have been cross-referencing registered sex offenders with silver minivans. We spoke with the registered sex offender tonight. He says he's prepared for them to knock on his door next.
Scan the state's sex offender registry and you'll see several pages of registered sex offenders in Norton Shores. About half of them are Tier 3 offenders, the most serious. Investigators in the search for Jessica have them on their radar.
I have no animosity towards them about that because I just as soon find out who it is myself.
We spoke to one registered sex offender who didn't want his face on camera but says he supports investigators, wanting answers himself.
Oh yes, I expect it any time, and like I said, I'm surprised they haven't been here. They might have been here and I wasn't here.
We know they questioned one registered sex offender who the police chief said looked a lot like the suspect sketch. That man was cleared. Another registered sex offender told us off camera someone spotted his son digging in the backyard and called police, who then wanted to search the hole, only to find he was simply planting a tree. But the extensive search sits well with Heeringa's fiance and father of her child. They've even brought mugshots to him to look through.
These aren't necessarily suspects, but just maybe you've seen someone.
I guess being on this list, you should automatically, anytime something like that happens, you should automatically expect them to come see you. That's their way of trying to narrow things down, and like I said, they can come see me anytime they're ready.
And the chief tells me detectives have been showing mugshots of registered sex offenders to Jessica Heeringa's family members and to witnesses to see if they've seen any of them in this area when Jessica disappeared. And as you know, important information that they're looking for so that this case does not go cold.